The summer had been hot, the kind of oppressive heat that made even the air feel tired and sluggish. Jay was driving alone down Interstate 29, headed from Tampa up toward a job interview in Georgia. His playlist had looped 3 times, and the sun was slipping low over the horizon. He'd missed lunch and was running purely on coffee, jaw tight and eyes half closed. Around St. Petersburg, Florida, the traffic thinned, and his phone buzzed only once. A text from his mom wishing him luck, before going dead. No charger, no bars, just the hum of tires on asphalt. YouTube. At first it was subtle. A rusted Ford pickup in his rearview mirror. Miles behind him, tailing him on off-ramps. City lights glinting off its dented hood. Jay passed an exit. Ford passed the next. Left exit. Still there. He blinked. He dismissed it as coincidence. But when his GPS shut off, dead, as though it had never existed at all, that's when he started to worry. And the truck's headlights stayed, always there, lurking just far enough back that he couldn't be sure, but close enough to feel watched. Jay's pulse thumped too hard. He crossed into rural lanes. The sun was gone now. Only that pale blue twilight remained. Trees arched on both sides like silent sentinels. His tank read E. Another exit appeared. A single blinking sign. Last gas. 15 miles. He flicked on his turn signal, and the truck turned as well. Inside the cab, oncoming cars whizzed by. Nothing unusual. Just another weary driver. But when Jay looked again in the rear view, the truck was 3 car lengths behind. Jay's voice trembled. "Please," he whispered to the empty car. The station at the edge of nowhere. He pulled into the tiny gas station just off the highway, lights flickering like a dying heartbeat. The attendant was an old man with sun-cracked skin. Jay stepped out, not touching anything. "I think someone's been following me," Jay said, voice low. "That pickup, it won't leave." The attendant didn't blink, just turned and pointed toward the pumps. "They don't stop out here," he said. "What?" "Outside people," the man said calmly. "Some folks just go where you go. You drive, they drive. Not a joke, not a metaphor." He said it like it was weather. Jay bit his lip. Then he looked up. The truck was parked behind his car, engines off, lights on. That rusted hood gleamed like a predator waiting in the shadows. The stalker who drove. Jay pretended to pump gas, towering with pretend calm. Every second felt like lead in his veins. His heart hammered. His eyes darted, always back to the truck. But the lot was empty. No driver, nothing. Just that silent truck. Click. The gas cap snapped closed. Jay shut the door. Step by step, slow, careful, he walked for the attendant's payphone. Yes, an old payphone. One of the few places with a landline. His fingers shook, dialing 911 as if the cord could snap. Click. No dial tone. Nothing. A whisper of wind, then a thrum. He froze. The truck's engine. It rumbled to life, like a nightmare waking up from sleep. Jay ran. Chapter 4. The Highway Chase. He leapt into his car and spun onto the highway, rubber screaming. He traveled faster than he ever had, adrenaline ripping through his veins, heart pounding like war drums in his ears. But no matter how fast he went, the truck stayed behind. Always behind. Flicker of red taillights, blink of white headlights, just there. Chapter 5. Last exit, final choice. After miles of tire squeals, Jay saw another exit sign, exit 74, smaller, barely lit. He veered off. The truck braked behind him, pulsing brake lights, like a heartbeat. In that moment, a choice. Stay and face it, or drive off a side road with no light, no signal, no trace of civilization. He turned. Off the exit, down a dirt shoulder road. Nothing but trees and the whisper of wind. The truck followed. Closer, closer, closer. Then, clunk, the engine cut. Just like that. No sound. No lights, only stillness. Jay's breath caught. His car idled, shaking, as he stared into the black void behind him. No headlights, no engine, not even a silhouette, only an empty dirt road. He drove. Straight, no turning back. Epilogue, the aftermath. Jay made it to a town hours later. Rattled, exhausted, unable to speak more than a whisper. Police found nothing. No rusted pickup, no tracks, no sign it had ever existed, only skid marks on a dirt road. And one last thing, the recorded police log later said this. Caller reported feeling watched. No pattern. No suspect found. Incident closed due to lack of evidence. Jay deleted all his GPS history. Never drove after dark again. And if you ever see a lone pickup in your rear view, don't think it's coincidence, because sometimes the road doesn't let go. If someone knocks on your door at 3 a.m., don't answer it, especially if they only knock once. I never believed in 3 a.m. stories, you know. The witching hour, the devil's hour. Internet horror nonsense, until last winter. It was January, freezing cold, the kind of cold that makes your apartment walls creak at night. I live alone, small 2-bedroom apartment in Ohio, nothing fancy, just quiet, too quiet sometimes. That night I went to bed around 12:30 a.m. I remember because I had work early. I locked the door. Checked it twice. Deadbolt, chain, everything secure. I always check, always. At exactly 3 a.m., I woke up. No sound, no nightmare, just sudden awareness, like someone had called my name without making a sound. My room was dark, but something felt wrong. You know that feeling? When your body senses something before your brain understands it? I stayed still, listening. That's when I heard it. One knock. Not loud, not aggressive. Just knock! That's it. Just one. From my front door, my heart started beating fast. Maybe a neighbor? Maybe someone confused? I checked my phone. 3:03 a.m. Who knocks once at 3 a.m.? Then silence. No second knock. No footsteps. Nothing. I got out of bed slowly, walked quietly to the door. Every step felt heavy. I looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty, completely empty, fluorescent lights buzzing softly. No one there. I opened the door slightly. Cold air drifted in, but no one. I stepped out. Looked left. Right. Empty hallway. I felt stupid. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe it was pipes. Wood expanding. Old building noises. I locked the door again. Triple-checked it. Went back to bed. But I didn't sleep. At 3:17 a.m., I heard something worse. A slow, dragging sound. From inside my apartment. My stomach dropped. It sounded like something being pulled across the floor. Very slowly. From the living room toward the hallway. I froze. My bedroom door was open, and I could see part of the hallway. Dark. Silent. The dragging stopped. Then, another single knock. But this time, it wasn't from the front door. It was from inside my closet. Knock! Soft. Controlled. Like someone politely asking permission. My breathing stopped. I stared at the closet door. It was closed. I live alone. There is no one in my closet. I grabbed my phone. Turned on the flashlight. Walked slowly toward it. Every step felt unreal. My hand shook as I reached for the handle. I counted. 1, 2, 3. I pulled it open. Clothes, shoes, empty floor. Nothing. I almost laughed. My brain was messing with me. Stress. Lack of sleep. That's all. I turned around and nearly collapsed. My bedroom door was closed. I never closed it. I never heard it move. It was wide open seconds ago. Now it was shut. Slowly. Something knocked from the other side. One knock. Knock! My throat went dry. I couldn't speak. Then a voice. Soft. Right outside my door. Wrong door! I couldn't move. The voice wasn't loud. It wasn't deep. It wasn't monstrous. It sounded normal. Almost calm. Almost patient. Then silence. Complete silence. Minutes passed. I don't know how many. Finally, I forced myself to move. I opened the bedroom door slowly. The hallway was empty. Living room empty. Kitchen empty. Everything normal. Except one thing. My front door was wide open. The deadbolt still locked. The chain still attached. But the door itself, open. Like the wall had moved around it. Cold air pouring inside. I slammed it shut. Locked it again. My hands shaking uncontrollably. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I checked the security camera app on my phone. I installed a cheap one months ago. Just pointed at my front door. Never really used it. I opened the footage from 3:00 a.m. At 3:02 a.m., the camera glitched. Static, distorted image. At 3:03 a.m., the footage showed my front door, still closed. Then something impossible happened. The door opened inward, but not like someone pushing it. It bent, like rubber, like reality folded, and something stepped through it. Tall, too tall. Its head almost touching the ceiling, limbs long and slightly bent backward. Its face, blurred, like the camera refused to focus. It stood in my living room, still, not moving. At 3:17 a.m., it turned its head, slowly, toward my bedroom. And then, the camera feed cut. I dropped my phone, my hands numb. Because I remember something clearly now. When I heard that knock from inside my closet, the dragging sound wasn't coming toward my bedroom. It was leaving my room, leaving my closet, going toward the living room, like it had already been inside, and was moving deeper into my apartment. I replayed the footage, over and over. At 3:19 a.m., the camera came back online. The living room was empty, front door closed. Everything normal, except one detail. At the bottom of the screen, for less than 1 second, you can see something under my bedroom door, a shadow, standing there, watching. I moved out 2 weeks later, new city, new apartment, different state. I didn't tell anyone why. I didn't show anyone the footage. I deleted it. Or at least, I thought I did. Last night, I woke up at 3 a.m. again, new apartment, different place, different building, completely alone. I checked my phone. 3:03 a.m. And then, one knock from my bedroom door. Just one. Soft, patient, and a familiar voice whispered through the wood. You locked the wrong door again. If you ever wake up at 3:03 a.m. and you hear just one knock, don't check the front door. Don't check the hallway. And whatever you do, don't check your closet, because it's not trying to get in. It's trying to see. If you notice it's already there,